Hey, welcome back to MobilityWOD. We're with an athlete. What happened to your arm a long time ago?
Broke my humerus.
Broke his humerus. And where were you?
I was in Italy.
And how did that go when you broke your arm in Italy? What did they do?
They took the X-ray, they went, oh, it's fine, and they wrapped it.
They wrapped it, right. So, and then you were a young man, and theoretically, they thought, hey, this thing is going to heal up on its own. So subsequently, this athlete's come in, and he's like, man, I have a hard time pressing. We've been working on him all morning, but the pattern was that he would press up in this flexion, external rotated position, he would just swing out. And so he was missing this corner, and then he would internally rotate the wrist, internally rotate the shoulder. It was kind of a disaster going overhead. So we've been cleaning some of those things up, obvious things, first rib, working on that posterior side. But we want to really hit a mobilization that looks like an analog to this position. So here's what we've come up with for starters. I want to wind up. Winds up, biases the external rotation first, because the key piece here is that we have a system. It's certainly going to be related to the joint capsule, absolutely going to be related to the kind of the connective tissue and fascia plane. And if you feel this tissue is so stiff because it's been living internally rotated for 8 years or so. And then we also have the muscular component. So biasing the external rotation first, and then he drops down into a little bit of flexion. Got some trucks. So drop down. Now you can feel it again. It's making the fun face. And here's what's going on, is that he can easily contract, relax here. So we get a position of emphasis, contract, resist. He's resisting elbow out as he drops down. So it's a combination. Because what we're really looking for is, can he drive this arm overhead? This is real live TV, people. This is what's going on here. And so can he put this arm overhead and maintain? Because what we're looking at is athletes in this front rack position don't maintain the torque as they go overhead. They dump torque through the elbow, and then that puts us overhead in a sketchy position. So here's the first iteration. Second iteration of this that we talked about was creating just a little bit of lateral distraction. So he gets wound up in the same position. All a friend does is just winds up just a little bit of distraction, and this just pulls that out a little bit, just like the lateral hip capsule. I don't have much, but just changes just the bias and emphasis of this joint mechanic just a little bit with the distraction. So just creating a little bit of distraction. You saw it. He could set this up himself, do the same thing, no big deal. But he's in control, and if it feels sketchy, he lets go, of course, and can dismount. Third iteration that we've been toying with is go ahead and try to tack down some of this tissue. We've worked distally on voodoo flossing, but we're also going to go ahead and smoke the shoulder and then reposition into that position of emphasis. So I'm going to wind up that shoulder here, and I'm really going to go after that kind of back tricep. And that's what we're really trying to get into, this posterior delt, kind of long-headed tricep here. I'm just winding up. How's that feel tight?
So much fun.
So much fun. It's my favorite. Winding up. One more. Now, he's good to go. Now we're going to go and reintroduce that same position. Now we capture, and we're going to really unglue all of this tissue. So we're doing a good job of keeping rib cage down. Back up against the wall dictates that. He locks in this position, and then now we're getting all of that shearing. It's better, yeah? Posterior capsule. We get some of the external rotators here where the lat comes in, and also long head of the tricep. That's a big change. Contracts, relax, 2 minutes, combining techniques. Can we really mess him up? Add the triple whammy in there, all 3 techniques going at once. Someone's face is going to explode if we're lucky. And now he can go down into that position, really reclaim. Of course, the thing we're interested in is, what's that look like? We dismount, come out of there. And then let me demonstrate what it looked like beforehand. And now let's see what we got. Oh, hey, that almost looks better on the other side. He's able to maintain more torque. Keep going up. Stop right there. You can see this is brand new range. What we're thinking about, what is that corner? It's got to start in a good position and finish in a good position. See you guys tomorrow.